Hello guys, I'm Platzman, and today I want to show you how modding in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes can be done if you have some math skills, SQL skills, some knowledge about mods and in-game mechanics, and 50 plus hours of spare time for development. Some 2 months ago I thought, why the hell does Crouching Rancor not have some kind of automatic mod assigner? It is so easy. You just take all mods, calculate all combinations and show up the best one. Easy, right? Right? Wrong. Of course it's wrong. As soon as I started to make this easy thing, I remembered some lesson about how the possible combinations grow pretty fast. If you choose from 5 mods for each shape, or slot as I call it, it is 15,625 combinations. When you choose from 10 possibilities for each slot, you have 1 million combinations, and it grows pretty fast. When average collection you work with has 300 mods, 50 candidates for each slot, you have a slight problem. Normal PC may take several days or months to run through all combinations. Of course, for each combination you need to evaluate it. How good is it? Adding computing power to this would be just dumb and pretty expensive. So how exactly difficult is to make such automatic mod assigner? Well, there was only one way to find out. So during first few hours I set some target and constraints for first version of my mod optimizer. First, it needs to be simple to use. I need simple input, complex output. Anything complex should be my business. User does not care. 2, it should be fast. I need results in minutes at maximum. 3, I aspire only to serial assignment. Optimize several tunes one after the other, not whole team at once. With the whole team at once, it is possible, but it needs comparison of how important which tune is, and it increases number of combinations in a very nasty way. Basically, I need a mod optimizer for 2 use cases. First is arena, 5 tunes, use any mod, use best mods possible for your arena team. And second use case, territory battles. And one constraint, I'm not programmer. I want this optimization to work in Excel and Oracle database. No ambition to make this online app, for first version anyway. Still, it should be not a chore I would hate to do for my guildies. And 2 months later, optimizer is done. From the input form to the results sharing, and let's see how this works for a user. I can show you how the whole optimization works from user perspective in detail. Let's say you want to optimize arena team, and from remaining mods, also the resistance team for territory battles. First, arena team. Mr. Corona has not stellar speed secondary mods, so he plays Rex Lead with Commander Luke Skywalker, R2, and Darth Nihilus with Kenobi. Proper modding for this team should start with R2 being fast as possible. Therefore, speed importance 1. I do not really care about damage, so importance 4. I would like to see some stuns landed, so importance of potency 2. Survival average, that's 3. Because R2 is no tank and I do not want optimizer to pull mods with max protection over max speed. Now, crit chance non-damage, that's the last stat. It's there mostly for tunes like Jin and TIE Fighter Pilot. For Rancor, tunes you want to crit even at the expense of crit damage and overall damage. And we will not play with that today, because neither Resistance nor this arena team need this. So you can see all have least importance. Now damage dealer next. Commander Luke Skywalker. Some balance between speed and damage. Then potency and survival on average. That's what I usually use for Commander Luke Skywalker. Darth Nihilus needs speed and more speed, and even more speed. Then maybe some damage and survivability. Potency does not have any meaning for him. Rex needs speed, some damage and potency, and let's use a bit more survival, so he may have chance to actually do his tenacity up. And last, General Kenobi. In this team he's basically sponge to suck all damage with every speed and damage, so he needs survival. I would also like the optimizer to count with 10% crit chance bonus from R2D2. Regarding bonuses, calculations of mod's usefulness are not really influenced by anything else than crit chance and crit damage bonuses. Also, self-buffs are included in calculations already. User does not need to care about this at all. So only if there is some extra crit chance and crit damage from leader ability or unique S's, R2D2s. I may make a more detailed video about this, but I think I have enough numbers in this one already. Now let's go quickly over resistance. All of them who need to land exposes need max potency. I love that resistance does not really need secondary speed. Maybe Poe may get some, but others do not need it. Rey I mod as usual damage dealer, mostly for cases when I use her elsewhere. So that's resistance wrapped up. And that is all user needs to do. Then they call me in Discord, and now I will show you what they don't see and what happens next. I need to change Mr. Corona name because he is not under this name in my database. So this is the correct name. I now copy this input into my database. Commit. And now I call the procedure. For 5 tunes and 350 mods, it took some 45 seconds. Now I have 10 tunes and I do not really know how many mods, so we'll check in log later how long this took. Optimizer now takes tunes one by one, does quite clever pre-selection of mods, which have chance to be best, and then from them selects best mod combination. Decision what is best uses those importance numbers we input. Yeah. And behind the scenes they are translated into some amount of points for 1% of additional damage, for 1 point of speed, or effective health, or potency or crit chance. So in the end I can get single score for full 6 used mods. Also, damage is valued using tune abilities, whether they are physical or special, their usual frequency of use, their crit chance and crit damage bonuses. Effective health uses formula merging health, protection and defense into one number. So quite complex things happen behind the scenes. There are a lot of things to fine-tune there, but I'm quite happy with results as they are right now. So I think optimization should finish anytime now. And we're finished. Now let's check the results. First I copy into his output form all his current mods. And into remote result the actual optimization. There, and we're done. Now let's take a closer look. I optimized Corona Guys mods for Arena Team 1 month ago, so usually we will have only small changes or no changes at all, those changes can be not only by Mr. Corona not sticking to instructions, but also I may have changed some calculation behind it, improved something a bit. How to read this result? Move to R2D2 from Dart nihilus square mod, which is held set, and these are its values. Pretty simple instructions, you can go one by one and remote your whole teams. Now what's interesting, I can give you also the stats of the optimization. So for R2D2, this one mod change would in total yield no speed, it would decrease his damage, it would keep his potency, it would increase his survival, and overall you would gain some 3 points in this score, so some negligible number. Question is whether you want to do it or not. It's only change from R2 to nihilus, so I think it's not necessary. Now, what will be really interesting is remodding of resistance. Now you can see that Poe has mods with potency set from many other tunes. How are stats of this change? Now you can see his potency would increase from 6 to 62. His damage will decrease, his speed will increase. He will lose some survival, but actually we don't care, at least for territory battles. Opponent shouldn't get a single turn. So overall score of Podameron using those input values with it would increase quite significantly by this remote. So I would encourage Corona guy to really do this. For Finn it is somewhat similar, really big score increase, remodding for potency. Resistance Trooper was quite good already, but he can gain some more potency, some more damage at the expense of some speed and survivability, but once again he shouldn't be hit in territory battles. Resistance Pilot is currently unmodded. Yeah, he was currently unmodded, so everything is taken as increase. And Ray can be modded better for damage. Well, and that's it. So that was my automatic mod optimizer. If I hadn't tried to explain everything along the way, it would take some 5 minutes max from the filled input form, copy it into database, run the procedure, and export the results to a result sheet showing best possible mod assignment from owner's mod pool. I used the optimizer to remote my top 33 tunes. It took 5.5 minutes, and I was surprised afterwards how effectively optimizer sucked out all the interesting mods and gave them to all tunes that mattered. Of course, it was a total hell to manually reassign all those mods. Took me 2 hours. And now, some final words. At the beginning I wanted to know how difficult it is to do a good mod optimization tool, and I found out it is a lot of work, especially when you learn half of the things on the way, but it is certainly possible. And until someone does it for public use, I will be happy to use my tool for the benefit of my guild, Team Steroid. Goodbye and have fun in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Platzman out.